gave us a great atmosphere. I thought our fans were really into the game early, especially had an effect on the Tennessee offense, where we were able to get some 3 and outs, get some things going there, and get the ball to our offense. Proud of the guys today, the way they competed. Had some adversity, had some plays we missed that I thought we should have hit. Gave up a couple plays defensively that we had some busts on, but when the things mattered most, like coming out the second half, we wanted to set the tempo. I thought the offense had a really good drive, and then when we had to have a drive in the second half, they came up with a big drive. I thought Brian Herring produced a lot of juice for us and a lot of energy. We have to improve. We've got to get better. A lot of things we can work on to get better, and we're going to continue to do that. I thought our team worked really hard last week, and we improved in some areas. We got to continue to do that. With that, I'll open it up.
You've got to be improved, Kirby, with the proud of the defense, where you snap back against the run today. Just 66 yards you gave up net. So.
Yeah, when we played it right, we had success. We had some runs come out on us that weren't lined up right. We just got to execute at a higher clip. And am I happy with the totality, with the numbers? Yeah, but the result's that's not what's important. I think everybody looks at the result. The result is 66 yards. I'm looking at it as this guy didn't line up right, this guy didn't play with the right technique, and we gave up a 9-yard run. Well, if you can improve that, then you give up 54, you give up 55, and it changes. So we've got to continue to improve, but I am proud of the toughness and striking and the ability to hold the run within reason.
This game went a little differently as far as your quarterbacks went, with them kind of coming in and out a little bit more. How would you assess the way they played today?
I thought both guys did some good things. I think Justin provided us a spark that we needed at times, and he's a very diligent worker. He's been meeting extra. He's coming in to learn things and pick them up, and he gives us an asset to the offense that sometimes provides us a spark we may need. I thought Jake did a great job commanding the offense, understanding where to go with the ball. If we don't give up pressure on some of those third downs, he probably even hits even bigger plays. There were some plays out there that we left hanging that a couple of them he didn't have a chance because of the pressure in the pocket. So we got to do a better job protecting him. But I was pleased with both those guys playing. They're good football players.
Was it the plan, Coach, to get him in for one snap? I know you said in the past his nerves are a little high when he first comes in. Was it the plan to get him in for one snap, get him back out?
The plan is, there's no plan. Next play.
You got a little chippy and sloppy in the third quarter. What's your description of how your team handled that whole?
You know, football's football. I think they've got competitive players. They got coaches that are driving their players, and we're driving ours. I'm not disappointed in DeAndre. I mean, he honestly thought the guy was still up. You know, his back was turned, his hip was turned. He thought the guy was still running, so he was trying to tackle him. It's frustrating to have a penalty like that because we had a breakdown on third down where a guy didn't do his job, they converted. Then they hit another play, and we got a second long, and then we get a 15-yard penalty, and then we get another one, and it's like 3 things in a row on defense lead to their spark. So why are we providing them a spark? Because there wasn't anything they did to provide spark. We did it. You got a bust in the coverage, and then a penalty. Those are the kind of things we got to clean up.
Ridley continuing to get better.
Yeah, Riley works hard. Riley's a tough competitor. He's one of our workhorse wide receivers. He's a tough kid. I mean, he provides us a great element of toughness on the perimeter, which I think is important in this conference.
More upset for Riley now than missing that blocker, picking the ball up and running for a touchdown.
You know, he's got to block the guy. So I don't live on luck. There's a lot of luck involved in that play.
Kirby, it didn't seem like necessarily down or distance or situation was dictating what quarterback would go in when. Could you say what factors there were when was going in, particularly when you were rotating every other play there in the second half?
Not really anything, just what plays you thought were good, what we wanted to run. They both are good passers, both are good decision makers. They're both good football players. So there was not a rhyme or reason to why we did what we did. It was more of a plan to call the game that gave us the best chance to be successful. And that's what we do in the game. We try to call what gives us the best chance to be successful.
Number of different plays that were big throughout the game, but do you feel like those 2 third-down conversions there, that fourth quarter drop, you were up to 12 still, how big were those in terms of just not only the course of the game, but just emotionally, the confidence back going in the offense?
I thought they were huge. I mean, there was a lot of big plays in the game, but that was the momentum swing where our offense had to go out and challenge each other up front to strike people, move people, and I thought Ryan Herring provided some juice. You know, he's a guy that can make people miss, and I've seen that side of Ryan for a long time. He protected the ball well. He ran hard. He had some big conversions. I mean, I would like to have left him in the drive, but He'd carry the ball, I don't know how many times in a row, and we were just kind of in our normal rotation.
Kirby, what was the thinking behind the rotating the guards on offense? And I guess you got Baker at right tackle for a bit as well.
Just Baker had a good week of practice. Just we base things on how you go out there and practice and how you do, and we think he gives us a chance to be successful. He's played a lot of football around here. It's hot today, so we thought that rotating guys there would help us. We'll have to evaluate how they played and then see how they do this week in practice.
Where do you think the development of leadership is right now, player leadership?
Well, I think it's like anything. You're not born sprinting. So you have an evolution of you walk, crawl, you walk, you jog, you run. It's the same way with our leadership. We didn't just snap, all the leaders leave, and then all of a sudden these guys assume the role. They're growing. We've got guys stepping up, being demanding. I think that's an important part of a team, but I don't think it has to be one person, and I don't think it has to be the same every year. It comes from different areas of your team. And our team's still developing, guys. We're still growing as a team and trying to get better.
Coach, earlier in the game, what are your thoughts on in the run game specifically? What type of improvements would you like to see from your offensive line?
It's either, guys. When you go across the SEC, show me a team that goes out in the first quarter and runs it for 5 yards a down against an SEC opponent. I just don't think it happens. So I think all of us, including me, expect to go out and say, oh, we're just going to run it down their throat. We're Georgia and they're Tennessee. It does not happen that way in this conference. It does not happen. It's hard to run the ball, especially early. You must chop wood, continue to hit people, wear them down. You got to have a threat of the pass, and you got to do it over and over. And the totality of it is what happens on that last drive. Now, if I saw right, I saw them subbing defensive linemen in and out, because they're trying to keep their guys fresh. Those offensive linemen are subbing. I mean, outside of probably one guy, we're not subbing. So that conditioning and that wearing down had its effect in the fourth quarter. If you don't run the ball in the first quarter, do we still have that effect in the fourth quarter? I don't know. You just got to have body blow after body blow until it wears people down.
Do you know as a coach to be patient with that sort of thing? Or do you ever
It's
get
hard, because if you don't have success, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
You got to commit to it. You got to believe in it. I think that's what good coaches do. I think that's what good offenses do. You have a plan. You stick to the plan. You're not going to go out there and run for 7-8 yards of put-ups. It's not going to happen. So you got to have a good plan of get the best run situations you can. You got to go throw the ball. You got to go throw RPOs. You got to go throw play action. And we had some of those today. We had some shots that thought we could have hit that we just missed, and some of them we didn't get off because of pressures.
You mentioned not focusing on the result. How conditioned are your guys at this point in your program not to focus on the result, like a rushing total or something like that?
I think they're pretty conditioned. I think they understand. They know that we're going to be honest with them, just like last week. To win the game, is everybody hooting and hollering in the locker room, or do you walk out and feel like, dang, we played a playoff best game, you know? And it's a good problem to have when your team acknowledges that they didn't play their best and win. The most dangerous thing is to not play your best win and not gain or grow from it. So we're looking for growth at every kid, every position. We got about 3 or 4 kids play today that have gotten better during the week. And so they got an opportunity to go out there and play.
Based on
We hope that we can continue to do that.
Based on the performance that you got from your quarterback today, do you want to see more of that going forward, both of them in games, no matter what?
The plan is, there is a plan.
You just talked about how you like to plan for everything.
The plan is, there is a plan.
How was the rushing total against Missouri? How impactful was that this week in practice, and how did you see your guys respond to that today? I know you haven't watched the film yet, but your early reaction to that?
You know, I don't know. It's a different style game. I mean, you got a potential first-round quarterback that's slinging it all over to a leading wide receiver in the conference with 2 big tight ends versus a quarterback that's coming off an injury and an offense that's probably limited a little bit. You know, I thought Tennessee did a tremendous job of managing the game, keeping the game close, and being very dedicated to the run and not putting them in bad situations. And I thought they did a good job of that.